Joe Jonas has officially filed for divorce from Sophie Turner, and the reason for their split is going to blow your mind. After being married for 4 years and having 2 children together, Joe recently announced the split, and everyone's going crazy over how this happened. Amidst all the chaos, the real reason behind the divorce has finally been revealed, and allegedly there's a video involved. Can you guess why Joe Jonas is divorcing Sophie?
True. So multiple sources have received the document that was filed for the dissolution of marriage by Joe Jonas, and they say that the marriage is irretrievably broken. So yeah.
Joe took to Instagram to share a joint statement about the divorce, saying, "After 4 wonderful years of marriage, we have mutually decided to amicably end our marriage. There are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly, this is a united decision, and we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children." The divorce filing has recently been done, and according to recent speculations, something really serious happened that has led to Joe filing for a divorce. Page 6 recently shared an insider scoop about Joe's divorce, highlighting that it was a last resort for Joe. Joe allegedly never wanted to break up his family, but he had to take what he felt was the best course of action for his girls. Apparently, there were too many disagreements between Joe and Sophie, and they kept on building, and Joe finally reached a point where he felt that he had exhausted all options to salvage the marriage. One of the disagreements, allegedly, was the outgoing nature of Sophie. She was a party person, and Joe wasn't, and apparently they used to have a lot of arguments over Sophie's priorities. A very recent example of this is Sophie partying in a bar just a few days before Joe filed for divorce.
Cast and crew had a good time celebrating their hard work, including Sophie, who was seen amongst the crowd dancing at a bar in Birmingham, England. This was just days before Joe filed for divorce.
All of this just makes one wonder what was really going on with Sophie and Joe, and are things really this bad? Well, according to fan speculations, there was a lot going on in their lives. For a long time now, Joe hadn't been wearing his wedding band, even during his recent performances. Additionally, Sophie had been noticeably absent from a lot of Joe's performances.
Joe had been spotted multiple times in public and at recent shows without.
Some fans also believe that Joe and Sophie might have drifted apart because of their careers. Sophie has been in the UK filming, and Joe's at home taking care of the kids.
And apparently Joe has been left with the children. She has been filming in London in their relationship. We need to take into consideration that they both got married very young, especially Sophie. She was, of course, partying, but I think this is all Joe's PR team going crazy.
Page 6 sources have recently confirmed that ever since the kids came along, Sophie has been feeling trapped. Sophie's the only person in her close friend circle who's married and has 2 children. But these are just speculations about what could have happened between the two. However, TMZ has recently unveiled the real reason behind their divorce, and it's one that is seriously hard to believe. TMZ recently reported Joe heard something with Sophie that was the last straw in his decision to file for divorce, and it involved a Ring camera.
It all has to do with what he says he witnessed or heard on a Ring camera. He had gotten some info or evidence that signified to him that their marriage was over.
Fans, however, are skeptical about the whole thing. One fan commented, "It wasn't hard to see it coming, TBH. From the beginning, Joe should have noticed a big red flag in that relationship that was Sophia didn't let him be the man in the relationship. He was even becoming effeminate to do her bidding." Another fan pointed out, "And this is why you never jump the gun on marriage. It's pretty clear she wasn't actually ready for the big step and wanted to enjoy life before settle. But FOMO really messed up both their life cycles." There's more. Apparently, the kids have primarily been living with Joe all this while, and he's solely been taking care of them. Not that this is something suspicious, but according to sources, Sophie hasn't been able to spare any time for her kids. While Joe has applied for shared parental responsibility, it's still unclear if Sophie wants the same. And one thing that is necessarily disturbing is that Sophie has been unusually quiet on the matter. No official comments have been released from her side defending any of the rumors against her. Will Sophie speak up? Stay tuned to find out.